Welcome to this visioning meditation. Make sure you're comfortable with your legs uncrossed. Breathe deeply into your belly. 3 deep breaths as you set an intention. And as you exhale through your mouth, just for those 3 breaths, let go of what stops you from being here and now. Release what doesn't serve you. And breathe in light, life force, knowing that your breath is your connection to spirit, your connection to your intuition, that inner voice that comes through many channels. It may be through your visions, through what you hear, what you feel, what you remember, what you smell, taste, or simply know. There are so many ways for your intuition to come through. Simply allow your experience here today to be exactly as you need it to be, exactly as it is. Loving what is, loving yourself through the process. Take a moment before we begin to set an intention for today. Is there an area of your life that you'd like guidance on? Or simply asking your team of divine helpers for what's in your highest good for this day? By asking, you open yourself to receiving. If it's comfortable for you, continue breathing in and out now through your nose in a natural, gentle manner, allowing your breath to sway you, to rock you, to soothe you, to open you. As we call in our team of divine helpers, no matter who and what they are for you. If you don't resonate with the words I use in my opening, simply replace them with words of your own, connecting to the loving invitation. Dear God and guiding spirits of the highest vibration, angels and archangels, welcome. May this guided visioning meditation serve those who are here today and the needs of anyone listening to this at a future time. Imagine yourself in the movie screen in your mind's eye, walking to your new favorite place or an old favorite place by the ocean. Somewhere where you can sit comfortably to watch and listen to the rhythm of Mother Earth as she breathes, with every wave lapping the rocks or the sand, wherever you may be. Allow your breath to match the ocean so that you're breathing with Mother Earth. As you sit there looking out into the horizon, you see shimmering lights, like a mirage over the water, playing with either the sun or the moon or the fog. What is your setting today? What do you see in these moving colors, or sense or feel or know is there for you? This is your very own personal show, an interactive one. It exists only because you are here. And in that you feel waves of unconditional love. Knowing that your team of divine helpers can see you for who you truly are and totally accept and love you for that beingness. This creates a sense of safety for revealing more of who you are in this world. Remembering that your life is so much bigger than the details and the dramas. It is ever evolving as you connect and invite your higher self to sit here with you, beside you. Holding hands and simply feeling the vibration of being in the company of yourself. In times of busyness or stress, anxiety, we cut off that connection. And so it's good now to remember that your higher self is always there with you. All you need to do is ask and connect and be. As you turn to each other, either through a gaze, a telepathic message, or in voice, your higher self has a message for you about what's happening in your life this week. What is it? Even if you may not have heard it through words on any level, know that unconsciously, subconsciously, that message is now within your very being. It's been absorbed, shifting your experience, your inner landscape, allowing a deeper level of self-love. That shimmering light in the distance, that mirage out over the ocean. As you look within, you can feel it, filling the space of your body, filling it with nourishment in body, mind, and spirit. You feel lighter, vibrating at a higher dimension, lifting you up to your feet as your higher self takes you by the hand and walks you down to the water's edge. As you journey there, notice around you any signs, symbols, or simply the beauty of every step of your journey. Knowing your role is to enjoy that journey, not just the destination. As you put your feet in the water, you notice coming out of the soles of your feet like a colored ink, something dissolving into the water. You know and you can feel, because it feels so good, that you're releasing any toxins, again from your body, mind, and spirit. Celebrate within your heart, seeing this being released, set free, knowing that these toxins are not polluting the ocean, but are being transformed where they can nourish another layer of experience for the world. But it's setting you freer. Making more space within your beingness for that childlike curiosity and wonder that is your birthright, that you may have forgotten was how to follow your bliss in this lifetime. Remember when you were a child, waking up and not knowing anything about what the day would bring your way. This is that moment, holding the hand of your higher self, feeling that space open up within you, embracing the mystery with curiosity and joy. And as the tide starts to move back into the ocean, you notice the texture under your feet, filled with treasures left behind. One in particular catches your attention. It's a tortoise shell. Without the tortoise, it's old. You can feel it has an ancient feel to it. It was once a home, and now it's a key, iridescent in color. You move your way to it, feeling your higher self following you and with you. But you're on your own journey now, carrying that loving support with you. As you bend down to the ground, your hand caresses the shell, feeling the textures, admiring the colors, peeking inside to where life used to be. As you try to lift it, you realize that it's fixed to the ground. It's become one with the rocks beneath it. There is some give to the movement, and you turn it counterclockwise. And as you do, a door on the ground opens, bigger than the shell. The sand or the rocks around it clear to reveal a bright light, And you notice that it's the sky being reflected in the crystals that line this hall, this tunnel. And as more of the sand or the rocks, the pebbles clear away, on the floor level you see this beautiful long structure. It could be like a sled or a bobsled or a lawn chair, but fancy and comfortable with burgundy soft cushions, inviting you to sit, to make yourself comfortable for a journey. Again, that childlike curiosity and wonder are awoken, and your higher self sits behind you. And when you're ready, you press this lever under your right hand, and your new vehicle brings you down through these tunnels of light, of crystals, of precious stones, moving deeper and deeper into the core of the planet. The earth elementals are there to greet you. You feel like the queen or the king of the world, lavished upon in love by the very planet, by all of her elementals, creatures. You're going lower and lower through the depths of time, through the layers of this planet, until the tunnel opens up in a huge underground cavern, again lined with beautiful crystals. Trickles from the ocean, an underground ocean, mixed with lanterns or these pods of fire. All the elements are here. In that same shimmering light that you saw over the horizon is reflected in these crystals. Walk around, just absorbing the vibration of this welcoming space. With so many earth elementals making their way to you and delivering to you a series of gifts, a series of messages. Simply receive and absorb, or if your left brain wants to get involved, understand the gifts that are being brought to you. If you feel you're making them up, remember that your imagination is one of the 3 levels of your higher knowledge, with inspiration and intuition. Accept whatever comes to you. Play with this. Intuition is playful. You're collecting dozens of these gifts. Noticing the texture of the ground beneath you, if it's smooth and shiny or more textured. Seeing how the space is filled with energy and light, some of which is defined, some of it is not. And you notice in the center of the room, in a large circular clear crystal area, you notice this spiral embedded in the crystal of amethyst, a purple spiral within the clear quartz that makes a polished floor the size of a room. And you know to go sit near the middle so that the center of the spiral is right in front of you, where you place all the gifts that were given to you, dozens and dozens of gifts. And as you look at them together, they form a story. They form an answer to that initial attention, that initial question you had at the beginning of the meditation. And now they seem to transform into a series of runes or dice. On each surface of the dice is a letter. And as your hands move and rub them and turn them, both of your hands, and any movement of sway that feels good to you, and you look again, there's either a word or a sentence in front of you, a message directly from Mother Earth that relates to your intention, that relates to the levels of self-love that are needed for you to evolve to your next natural state of being. What word do you feel or hear or sense or see or make up, knowing that you're not really making up? And as your inspired insight nourishes every cell of your body, you see the head or the center of the spiral rise up almost perhaps like a snake, but a friendly one. Or it may simply be energy, but solid energy that you can hold on to. You can hold on to its neck and follow it. It rises up and forms beneath you some sort of magic carpet, some sort of creature or vehicle, or simply some comfortable shape that transports you further down into another tunnel of light, further down towards the core of the planet. You can feel the warmth of welcome. You can almost hear the choirs at the core of Mother Earth. You're attracted to one voice in particular, and that formerly amethyst spiral brings you straight to that voice. Your very thought of wanting to be close to that voice manifested your being so. And here you meet a guide who only wants your highest good. And together, embracing around this spiral of amethyst, this now string of energy, you find yourself rising up, straight up, to the surface of the planet. The warmth, the light, the choir sounds, lifting you higher and higher. You feel like a child who loves rides at the fair. It feels delightful. And this voice surrounds you. You can feel it like a coat of comfort around your heart, like a shimmering light around your very being. And as you emerge above the planet, this amethyst core becomes a tree, a crystal tree with branches reaching up towards the heaven and roots continuing to nourish themselves from the earth. And there you are, high up in the tree, sitting on one of the branches with this guide, in the light of day, where you may see or sense or hear or know clearer who it is that has appeared here for you today. If it isn't a presence that you recognize, that's okay. You don't need to know. You can sense that this presence is of pure love, be it angel, archangel, ancestor, star being, God, or one of your mentors from whatever faith you believe in. As you sit there in this tree, you feel light, and yet you feel so much more solid and grounded for having visited the core of Mother Earth, for having been nourished by the crystal tunnels and the messages from the planet who is here to support you, who is here to nourish and guide you. This guide points to the heavens and writes with his or her or its finger or paw, if it's a totem animal. It writes a message into the sky. You try it yourself. And as you raise your arm and point your finger, you notice that you're painting the sky. That mirage that you saw in the beginning is ever moving with color and also feeling, perhaps memories. As you move your hand, clearing either the light or the fog, whatever is there for you, you're revealing a memory. You can observe it without judgment. It may be a happy memory or one that served as a challenge for you, not to you. Something in your life of your past that has come back here because what you have learned in that time will serve you now in the following weeks to come. Allow this memory to be what it is. Remembering to breathe, allowing your life force to show you deeper layers, changing and different perspectives on that situation. whether you judged it as good or bad, seeing it now as neutral, with a lesson, with a skill or a strength, something that can help you to help others. This memory may shape-shift into others, as if you were watching a TV show and changing the channels. There are links between these situations. Breathe, remembering how connected and grounded you are at the same time. Seeing through the eyes of your higher self, supported by the love of this guide who is helping you to uncover the layers together. And now you see a visual representation of that initial question, that initial intention from the beginning of your meditation. And there, as you move the colors around with your hand, and as they are also shape-shifting with the help of this guide, you're revealing layers of truth, of what's to come and what we call our future, knowing there is no such thing as time or space. Allow this new vision, or maybe a vibration, a color, a feeling, a sound, no matter how your intuition speaks to you. Allow this answer to bathe you, to shower you in higher knowledge, in a higher vibration, so that you can gain better clarity. And feel free now for a few minutes to engage in conversation with your guide, asking for clarification, new questions about anything, and opening to the answers in whichever way they come. Even if it's on an unconscious level, just make sure to allow for time for listening in between your questions. And now, with greater strength and clarity, you ask the branches of this tree to gently put you back down so that your feet are back in the water. Your guide standing beside you, your higher self next to you as well. The three of you embracing, and as you do, the tree becoming yet again one thin line of energy, like that amethyst tube, like that snake, like that light that brought you to the surface, and it retreats back into the core of the planet. As the tide comes back in, washing your feet, noticing now how colors are emanating from the feet of your higher self and guide and being absorbed by yours. Absorbing more and more of this unconditional love at a deeper physical level. You sense those colors cleansing your insides, reaching every nook and cranny of your body. Washing you from the inside out on every level, dislodging any little remnants of resistance of anything that doesn't serve you, which now drips out of your body from your fingers and back into the ocean, where they form pearls rolling deep on the surface back into the ocean. Knowing that what may have served you in the past doesn't necessarily mean needs to continue being with you. These may be limiting thought patterns or beliefs that helped you at one point in those memories, but now can be transformed to create even greater space and clarity. And now you notice that the guide greets you goodbye, and you watch it disappear, either into the light or back into the ground. And your higher self takes you by the hand once again and leads you up to that seat where you began. And the most prominent sound now once more is the sound of the waves. And as you sit there looking at the ocean, you feel the immensity of gratitude. Take a moment to thank your team of divine helpers, remembering some of the messages you received, remembering anything you need to bring back to your wakened life, so that you may take inspired actions when it comes to your intention, your question. That inspired action may be to follow up on a project, to call someone, to simply allow the feeling to linger on through your day. You know what that is. What inspired action came out of this meditation for you? Be grateful for that guidance, and know that if it's not perfectly clear, that you may be moved during the day by a hunch, a possibility, an opportunity, and your whole body and being will vibrate with a yes, asking you to pay attention to what's happening. And the more you trust and act on your intuition, the stronger it becomes. Breathe that in once more with 3 deep breaths, integrating your whole experience here today. And now feeling the real surface underneath your feet. You might tap them on the floor Or if you're lying down, simply rub with your hands the surface. Bring yourself back gently to the here and now, opening your eyes whenever you're ready, and taking a few moments still to bring the layers of intuition back into your here and now, back into the present moment. As you look around you in the room, as you think about your day and your plans for the day and how you might integrate the messages into your routine, into your plans, into your feelings. May it be so we let it be. Namaste.